Chris, I'd love to get into a little bit around the moment when your team started thinking you might need a solution to help with these challenges that you're mentioning now. So could you describe that moment for me a little bit? What was the thinking leading up to that fact that you wanted to consider something to help?
Sure, there was a pretty specific moment. I am proud about how we kind of plugged away at this internally for a couple of years. We developed, in-house apps and processes for doing customer surveys and tracking, our own workflows and attaching, material observations to other workflows we were doing. And I was really proud about the work we were doing and the engagement we were getting with the community. And then there was a moment, because we were moving at a steady, but with, the amount of service lines we have and the lack of information that we had to begin with, a steady but slowish pace, right? There's just a lot of service lines to collect. So we were moving at a pace that worked for us. And then there were some new rules about mailing letters to all unknown service lines yearly. To unknown service lines, the idea being that they could, in theory, be made of lead or galvanized. And there were a lot of areas of town that we were, using our own knowledge, pretty confident, more than pretty confident, that there's no risk of there being lead. But because it's unknown, because the accepted verification methods are pretty specific and robust, these areas were still officially unknown. And looking at the number of unknown letters, letters to those residences that are of unknown material, just came with a cost that definitely outweighed whatever the cost of using a solution like Trinex would be. So that's actually the moment that we said we need a further solution to eliminate more of these unknowns, even though we were moving at a pace that I thought was pretty good.